Welcome, sinners. My name is Synnthara, and today we're going to be spilling the tea on how BlizzCon is canceled. So, if you're ready for some completely useless drama on something you probably don't care about, buckle up because here it is. So, long story short, yeah, BlizzCon is canceled, and I had a lot of mixed emotions about this when I first read about this because I always go to BlizzCon, and that's probably a bad thing. Like, I was like reluctantly going to go again this year because it was not good last year. And actually, the fact that it's canceled just means I don't have to go. I'm actually not that upset about it. So you have here Blizzard Entertainment saying, after careful consideration over the last year, we at BlizzCon have made the decision not to hold BlizzCon in 2024. If you don't know what BlizzCon is, it is a big convention dedicated to just Blizzard as a company. Blizzard is the company that runs World of Warcraft, Diablo, used to have StarCraft, Heroes of the Storm, KEKW, and Overwatch. Yeah, I forgot Overwatch because, yeah, we have to have Overwatch. And basically, it's a big expo where it's like, I really just go for the scenery because it's so big and so beautiful, and the halls are amazing. But they'll have like demos of things that aren't playable yet, and they'll do announcements for their new games, their new expansions, and it's usually a very, very exciting event. So I guess I'll just share my personal experience because I was at BlizzCon in 2023. So this right here, I was watching it. A while ago, it's such a weird thing. So when I used to go to BlizzCon back in the day, there was a big ass stage, and you used to be able to go sit, and if you couldn't sit, you could stand, but pretty much wherever you were, you would be able to see the stage, even if you just walked up and like poked your head out of the crowd. Like 2 years ago, they decided they weren't going to do that anymore. They were going to hold the opening ceremonies in like this arena place, which is where they're at in this video here. If you look at the crowd, they're like all in a circle. It's like a separate arena, and you're like not allowed in. So you have to win a lottery randomly to even be able to sit in on this. And if you don't win the lottery, and you have to watch it on like some random TV screen. So DK and I, like fucking morons, bought the Portal Pass, which is like the super VIP thing. And I thought if I bought the Portal Pass, like I was calling it the Pussy Pass the entire weekend. So I'm probably just going to end up calling it that again. If I got the Blizzard Pussy Pass, I thought, sorry, my dogs are going crazy. I thought that I was going to be able to sit in on opening ceremonies, and like I thought it would be like a Disney Fast Pass or some shit that would be able to like skip the lines and like play the demos super early. And you got to go to the Pussy Pass Lounge, which I thought oversaw this area, but it didn't. So we pay all this extra money to get the Pussy Pass, and like we're like rushing to opening ceremonies because delayed is always late for everything. And so we're running up to the third floor because that's where the Pussy Pass is. And it is like literally just like a big ass room with like some fucking couches in it and like a bunch of like small as fuck little screens that are just playing this. Like the screens on the wall are like probably as big as my computer monitor. So we're like rushing in there with all the other idiots that paid for the Pussy Pass. And we're all just sitting on the floor watching this on a TV screen, or like people are literally watching it on their phones because the TV screen is small or like far away. So it's like, bruh, did I just pay? I forget how much it was. It was like $800. Like, did I just pay $800 to watch something on a screen that is the same size as my screen at home? Like, I couldn't. And they're live streaming it at the same time. So like, I'm in California watching this shit on a screen that's as big as your computer screen while you're watching at home, and you paid like $30 and I paid like a lot of dollars. I think it was like $500. I don't want to say $800. I don't remember how much it was because I think normal tickets were $300, and therefore the Pussy Pass tickets were like way more than that. And then beyond that, they like announced nothing. And everything they did announce, you could like basically either play at home that day, like the Overwatch character. I don't even care about Overwatch. I don't even touch that shit. Or they like previewing a patch that was coming out in like a week, and then Season of Discovery that was coming out in like 2 weeks. So it was like nothing special happened. They didn't even have like the Diablo new class to play. They wouldn't even announce the new class, even though we all already knew what the new class was because it was data mined like literally 5 days before. So I already knew what the new class was. They had no demo for the new Diablo expansion. They had no demo for the new class. They announced the expansion for World of Warcraft, but I don't even think that it was playable. Only Season of Discovery and like patch 10 point what the fuck ever for Dragonflight was playable. And Hearthstone Duos was the other thing they announced. So DK and I just looped the Hearthstone line for like 7 hours every day because playing Hearthstone was the only thing we could do. Yeah, so, oh yeah, okay, I have to tell you this too. So there's 4 halls, right? There's a World of Warcraft hall, objectively the only hall that fucking mattered. There is an Overwatch esports hall where the whole thing is like an empty as fuck room with like 2 sets of bleachers and some screens in the fucking ceiling so that you can watch people play competitive Overwatch. And who the fuck does that? Completely wasted space, and it's right next to the World of Warcraft hall. So you have the World of Warcraft hall on the end, and they physically force you to walk through the 2 Overwatch halls, the esports hall, and then the second hall for Overwatch, because we need 2, right? Is the actual Overwatch hall where you can play the new character that is also available to play at home at the same fucking time. So there's nothing special about this hall at all. I don't even know. I think they still had the Tracer booty statue, but her butt isn't even that big anymore. They flattened that shit out, so it's viciously inaccurate, and I want my money back. And then, after the other Overwatch hall, you had the Diablo hall, which is objectively the coolest looking hall ever, but it served no purpose. There was no computers in there. There was no gameplay for Diablo. The Diablo hall was like a bunch of just really fucking cool statues and red light. And like the one end of it was like completely fucking empty. Like I went over there because they had like all these photo op things, which was objectively very cool. I really enjoyed the Diablo hall. I just wish there was something to fucking do in there because it was just pictures. Go over there and take fucking pictures. They had nothing for StarCraft. They had nothing for Heroes of the Storm. They didn't even have that little arcade station where you could play their like super old games, like that fucking, I forget the fucking old game they had, some like 2 dwarves or something, I don't know, the side scrolling thing. They had none of that. It was just the 4 halls, 2 of which had no computers in them, so they're completely useless. Oh yeah, and then when you buy the Pussy Pass, on the advertisement it said unique gameplay experiences. You want to know what the unique gameplay experience was? It was 2 PlayStations set up in the corner of this private room we had that just had Overwatch on the, or I think it was an Xbox. It just had Overwatch playable on the Xbox. That's all there was. There was absolutely nothing separate, nothing special. We didn't have, I guess they, on the final day, for like a couple of hours, they opened up that you could skip the lines, and like no one cared to be in the lines anyways because the closing ceremonies was happening, and they didn't even announce that you would be able to do that. Also, if you bought anything, you had to stand in line for like 5 hours to go pick it up. They didn't have any separate line for the Portal Pass people to like go pick up their shit or anything, even though you had an entirely separate room that was supposed to be dedicated just to you, and all it had was a couple of couches, tables, and computer screens. So yeah, that was my experience at BlizzCon 2023. It was horrible. It was like it was such a waste of money. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked because usually we really enjoy BlizzCon, but this time around we did not. So anyways, as to why this former World of Warcraft team lead says that it's canceled, it's because it loses money. And I don't deny that that is true, but I think that that's not taking into account like holding the fan base over years, because like I personally go to BlizzCon even when I'm not playing any Blizzard game, which is most of the time. I just be going to BlizzCon. I have no active subscription. I'm not playing any of this shit. I pretty much just go and hope that they can get me back. And that never actually happens, so I don't even know why I go at this point. I just go and pretend like I'm happy. Try to just fool myself into it. But I do buy every expansion like an idiot and just hope that the next one will be better, and it never is. So, while it might objectively not one-for-one the ticket sale to the amount of money that they put into this, I think they're underestimating the advertisement and the excitement and the buzz and the relevancy that BlizzCon brings to... This is the full release here about them canceling it. Which is ironic because we have, I guess, the 30-year... God, I'm fucking old. It can't be the 30th anniversary of of Warcraft, not of World of Warcraft. Okay, that makes more sense. I'm like, wait, I'm only 34, and I started playing World of Warcraft when I was like 16, 15. That can't be true. I know I'm old, but I'm not that old. Okay, so it's Grum. This guy been like making a lot of noise lately. Go Grums. So, oh, I don't know. Okay, why is this here? Oh, it's his like podcast. I guess that's where he like ignore that. I guess that's where he like said this. But like I don't think this is like a massive surprise here. I don't think it was ever supposed to be massively profitable, but it does make the game relevant. So, but they did say before I end this video from my long-winded grandma story, they did say they were going to do like multiple in-person events throughout the year for Warcraft's 30th anniversary, in-game celebrations across Warcraft, blah blah blah. You know, that's just like a bullshitty way of being like, don't worry about it, we're still doing stuff, you guys, it's not all canceled. It's super canceled. I would say that this is, you know, Microsoft is like, listen, we're not doing that this year. We've acquisitioned you. We're trying to get things settled. We're trying to actually do something good here before we expend a whole lot of money on BlizzCon. And then I think this first tweeter comment here, i.e. we don't have any meaningful content to share as we have been spending the last 2 years restructuring the company and laying off employees. I am a firm believer that there is no BlizzCon this year because, yeah, they have nothing to say. They have nothing to announce. They've already announced the next 3 years of expansions for World of Warcraft. They already announced what the expansion is for Diablo 4. I don't think they've announced that StarCraft is dead several years ago. Heroes of the Storm is dead. They announced that too. And do people still give a shit about Overwatch? I feel like that game is just an insult to anyone that ever cared about it. So, let me know. Have you guys ever been to BlizzCon? I feel like my whole channel has never heard of World of Warcraft before, which is so ironic to me because I've been playing that game, like I said, since I was like 15. So it will always mean something to me, even if I'm not. I actually have a World of Warcraft tattoo on my leg. So anyways, let me know what you guys think, and I will catch you guys on the next one.